Hey, Arthurian! Hello, Mirror!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am doing that social media thing that I do occasionally. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that, heading over to twitch.tv. But hey, if you're listening to me right now, you're either watching the after show or you figured out where that twitch.tv is. Hashtag LEDX. Hashtags. Yes. There we go. Look at that. Smash Twitch buttons. Twitch your smash buttons.
So true, Arthurian. Thank you.
Okay. Done and done. Let me close that. And that is together. That is one piece. So, which means I can hit this button. Look at that.
There we go.
Hi. We got a little bit for you. You know, there's always a little bit to talk about. And this week's not going to be any exception because, you know, even during the holidays, things happen. Like XFCE 418 is out just in time for Jordan to go right back to it after he gets to afternoon, scares him.
True.
He'll come crawling back to the best desktop environment ever made. And we got some updates on the Pine Tab too, at least some thoughts, hints, speculations, and, you know, just general ideas what's going to be going on with that. And I'm going to tell you about something going on in the OBS, a little behind the scenes kind of thing. It's been in the works. It dropped and it's under heavy development, but it's going to be big.
Woohoo! Exciting
in the
news.
upcoming years. Then we're going to break your heart about Raspberry Pis.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
As is tradition.
Yes.
All right, so we are going to be sticking to the clock tonight. We got 9 minutes counting down before go time.
Okay.
Everything is locked. I got my drinks ready.
Yep. Hi, Steve Husband. And Arthurian, I got my Christmas penguin mug. Yay! This is the one I usually have hot chocolate in. It's my hot chocolate mug. It actually has a little lid thing that goes on the top. That keeps beverages warm.
Gotta drink them quicker.
Yeah. I'm a very slow drinker and eater, so, and I don't like my hot chocolate really hot. I like it actually just warm. So I wait till it gets warm, like room temperature.
Yeah, room temperature chocolate.
Yeah.
Said nobody ever.
I will be right back then. I'll take my break.
All right. I drink entirely too much liquid, but you know what? You got to get that liquid. Stay hydrated. Fam. Did you see what I posted in Discord? Did you see that terrifying news I put up? Oh, this is not good news, people. I don't care how you want to look at that. That's not good news, is it? Not even a little bit. Intel breaks up graphics group. Raja's moving back to a chief architecture role. So he's going to be, they're going to be splitting gaming and data center GPUs. Now, if you want to take our clock, the clock that we got, the time clock that tells time, and you wind it back exactly 1 decade, the first time Intel was going to make discrete GPUs layerable, well, when it flopped, step one was, you know what, we're going to be separating the gaming and data center GPUs on layerable. So layerable is going to live on in the gaming's. Hopefully that doesn't, history fails to repeat it and does not repeat itself. Ah, man, that worries me. But then again, Intel is on record as saying, hey, we're going to get Battle Mage out. So I don't know about Celestial or Druid, but yeah, what I got to fear is because Alchemist was just a really bad launch. It was a year late, and man, sad to see. Even at $350, I'm not curious enough to buy an offering from Intel, even the top end 16 gig. And that's saying a lot. And that's saying a lot in a world where AMD will come out and do a victory lap and show off and try to brag that it has a $999 card. Like, that's good. Arthur and Jim. Man, Jim is trying to tempt me. If you don't know Guitar Center Jim, every Guitar Center has a Jim that works. If Jim doesn't know what something is, he prices it somewhere between like $80 and $120 and just puts like audio converter on it. So I have some fantastic deals from Jim through multiple Guitar Centers around the world. Around the world. United States, North America. Jim put up a Aphex expander that I absolutely don't need, and it's like $80, man. I'm just like, haven't bought it yet. I'm thinking about it though. In the production truck, live from AWE Root Beer. Oh man, where do you get it? Were you guys broadcasting from? To Texas, right? We try to keep track of Joe on the Discord when he posts pictures. San Antonio, yes. Right on. I will be broadcasting this evening from beautiful downtown Athens, Georgia, as I'm up to do. But yeah, I am worried about... we need player 3 in the GPU market. We just do. I mean, if it's not very, very obvious, because... Is anyone out there, anyone listening right now, even considering buying a 40 series GPU? Or even the 2 AMD cards, the XFX? Or did I get that backwards? XFX? I think it's... I don't remember. Hello, Romero. Hey, there's our truck. Dubsy, that's what I was talking about on Saturday's show. I said that is like the real big problem is I don't even have a 3060 Ti. I got a 3060 because I had 12 gigs and I just got it for DaVinci Resolve. But earlier last week, I was playing The Witcher 3 at UHD with everything cranked to 11 thanks to the courtesy of DLSS with my 3060. I'm like, I don't need to upgrade. Like, if you have a 3060 Ti, you got a 3070, you got a 3080, man. Like, what are they trying to sell you? What's anybody trying to sell you? AV1 encoding support? There's like 7 people, myself included, so 6 other people on the planet that are really excited about that. And what's NVIDIA got? DLSS 3? I put an extra S in there. Yeah, I'm very happy with my 3060. Yeah, Jill's got on our special Linux Gamecast merch.
Santa. That's
One
from
of
a
the
few years
holiday
back.
Linux Gamecast
Yeah.
vintage, limited, ultra rare. You know what?
Dubsy.
Yeah, you don't want
Hello,
melting
Dubsy. Hi,
cables.
Joe.
But I was really, when I saw the thing on the melting cables and they dug into it and I'm like, and Gamers Nexus had to do the 24-minute video, carefully dancing around going, you fools don't know how to plug cables in. Violet Night. Violet Night's pretty good.
Oh, boy.
You know what is this system? I don't know. Is there any good Christmas movies? What do you watch?
Well, I just got done watching The Santa Clauses. It's on Disney Plus. It's a sequel to the Santa Claus movies. And they did a 6-part series. And you'd like it then because Krampus makes an appearance.
Was he walking around slaughtering children?
No, he just
Then
makes...
That's not the Krampus then. Yeah, there is Die Hard. That's the easy one. But I honestly, I don't watch Die Hard on Christmas. I mean, yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night. There's always that.
Of course, there's the classics like Christmas Vacation. I love that movie.
Home Alone. Okay, I can see that. I guess that's a Christmassy movie. Shining? All right. Uncle
Okay.
Buck? Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Buck is classic. Yes. That's a good one, Dubsy. It's one of my favorites. I love John Candy. I was so sad when he passed.
Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a valid one. Wrath of Khan.
Awesome, getting your Star Trek on. The best of the Star Trek movies. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. The Wrath of Khan!
I love the Star Trek movies. I like watching William Shatner try to act.
Yeah. And then the classic, Christmas Story. I haven't seen the sequel, though. There's a new Christmas Story sequel of them older on HBO Plus, but I haven't seen it yet.
Is that the one? Wait, which one is the Christmas Story? Is that the Ghost?
No, that's the Red Ryder rifle.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the classic.
He got chased off the young boy in that movie because he was taking selfies in front of the house from the movie, which he doesn't own. And the guy's like, who owns the house? He's go away. Quit standing in front of my house taking pictures.
That guy was a little crazy. He was put it on the market, but yet he didn't want anyone to look at it. I've been watching all the drama around the house too.
Should try out the leg lamp. I bought one of those leg lamps, man. It wasn't a very good lamp.
Yeah. I have a little one.
I want to say that was on ThinkGeek, but I'm not 100%.
Yes, it was, actually. In fact, that's where mine is from. And they had two different sizes. They had a bigger one and a smaller one, and I got the smaller one.
It wasn't big. It was about lamp size.
Yeah, I think they had like a 12-inch and a 3-inch or something like that. I can't remember their sizes, but you can get it on Amazon, too.
Right, I think everything together. Let me grab a drink and Jill Bryant and
Bandits. Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction? I don't know.
Yeah.
Nah, Pulp Fiction's not a Christmas movie, is it? They don't do any Christmassy things in Pulp Fiction.
Aw. Well, my favorites, of course, are Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and all the classics.
All right, everyone. I will be back in a minute or two, and Jill will entertain you with her freestyle, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, naming all the best Christmas movies. And there's Polar Express. That's become a classic. And Elf. Elf has got to be... I've got to watch Elf, actually. I'm due for Elf, maybe today. That's just so much fun. I just like having Elf on in the background while I'm doing wrapping presents and stuff. Yeah, I know Polar Express. Yeah, a lot of people just didn't like the animation style, but the movie itself is great. There's so many good Christmas movies, and what's nice is like Netflix. I've been going through; they have new Christmas movies every year, and so does Amazon Prime have a few new ones. Oh, and Steve Husband and I just watched the Muppet Family Christmas from the 80s, and I remember seeing that in high school, and I just, that one has all the Muppets in it, and the puppets from Sesame Street and Fraggle Rock. It's really well done. Of all the specials, that one has more of the Muppets in it than any of them. Oh, Claus. I know, that was really good. It came out, I think 2019, Game of Tron, and me and my husband were hoping there'd be a sequel to that one. That was excellent. Yay, Don M. I love Fraggle Rock. Moki? I love all the characters. They're so sweet. Fred and Moki. And Bandit and Doc. And that was cool about the the Muppet Family Christmas specials, you can watch it on YouTube, and they look for the HD version. There are a couple different versions, but there is an HD version, and that one has Doc and Sprocket in it as well as the Fraggles. In fact, Doc's the only human in the show. Claus 2, The Wrath of Claus. My week has been very busy getting ready for Christmas, but it's fun, and it's kind of nice because after today, I'm off of work for almost 2 weeks, which is going to be really nice.
Oh man, my house smells so awesome right now.
Ooh, what kind of tea do you have? Did you make, Ben?
If I can smell my tea, something has went horribly wrong, Joe Brian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't like the herbal stuff like I do.
No. I don't like I like traditional plant water. But no, I'm making chili.
Oh, nice. Wonderful.
But I'm making salsa chili.
Oh, cool. Yum.
Which is like regular chili, except you don't use tomatoes, and all your tomatoes and vegetables come from salsa.
The salsa. Yeah. Very good. Oh, that's going to be yummy.
You can think of it as like a really spicy veggie soup with a Tex-Mex bent.
Mmm.
And I'm going to eat so much of it tonight, I'm going to be ill.
Yeah.
I can feel it right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, yep. I'm going to be curled up on a couch. Like, oh, I ate too much.
Yeah. Oh, that must make the house smell so good.
Oh, it does? Oh. Mentally prepared? See, that's the problem, though. You make like those weird goals, or you end up with the wrong type of determination, where you eat half of something and you physically like can't eat anymore, and you can go and lay down, but you're not going to bed. What are you doing? You're resting. Like, I'm coming back, man. I'm not done yet. Yes, full level, I regret nothing. Oh, it will be fun. I think we're about ready. What'd you think about that last track, Joe?
Sorry. I actually really liked it. I like this one too.
I'm talking about Trackmania.
Oh, I thought you meant the soundtrack. Yeah, the last track. I haven't practiced it yet. But I liked it. I did watch you do it and go through the goal.
There were screams, cries of anguish, and joy.
I know I will get it.
On our boss map.
Yeah.
Trackmania. That's a toughie.
It is. I've always come through, though, on the hardest maps. I practice. I have a feeling I'll be on that one for at least 20 minutes.
If anybody ever wants to set up a green screen, Arthurian, I can do keying. It wouldn't be a problem. Like, I could definitely, like, if I thought about it earlier, I could have keyed Jill's shirt into something. It would have been a clean key, but it would have been a hilarious one. What? I'm looking for our outro music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of my favorite chilies is actually Walt Disney's chili. They make his favorite chili still at Disneyland, and it's incredible. I just love it. It's got the proper amount of meat and beans and just the right spice. It's spicy. It has a nip, but it's not too intense.
Is it spicier than ketchup?
Yes.
I
But
thought
they
that was a
also
myth.
put-
I've run into a person who's like, yeah, ketchup's too spicy for me. I'm like, what?
Ew. Yeah, no. Oh, you've never had proper chili? Oh, it's so good. I do love chili. In fact, I just had some last night. So it's a good winter winter meal. Look at the kitty cats on her shirt that green screened. Oh. Oh, that's funny.
Chili doesn't have beans. Oh, all right. Bold statement.
Yeah. There's always been that debate, hasn't there?
I don't think it's the debate. Usually people are like, we don't put beans in chili. And I'm like, yeah, but I consider your chili about as spicy as ketchup, so we'll just call it even.
Yeah, Romeo Sid Vicious. Now, I've always grown up with beans and chili, so that's
I don't know.
I mean, I like it both ways, but I love beans, so it works.
That's not chili. See, now, I mean, if you wanted to be like perfectly accurate, like that's chili. I'm like, no, that's just a jar full of dried chilies. I'm like, yes, that's how I eat my chili. I don't consider chili spicy though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've never put like too much in because there's always that fine line between you can mess up and turn tomato soup into chili, or you can turn chili into tomato soup.
Oh, yeah. True.
But we need to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Chili with mayo? I don't know. Like finding a good flavor with it. Normally with mine, I'll just take Dave's Total Insanity sauce and put like 3 or 4 tablespoons of that in there. And what are those peppers called? I like the flavor of them. I think they're just roasted jalapenos that have been dried. Because you can take a handful of those and smash them up. They're pretty decent. Are those like the big ones?
The
Because I get like the
Poblanos.
red
Yeah.
dried chilies, but those are like snacks. You just eat those. All right. I think we got everything together. Let me see. Man, I finally figured out what was rattling. Something was rattling in here when I was walking around. I'm like, where's it coming from? I don't see it. I don't understand it. And I'm down on the floor and I'm like, tap, 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 tap. Where are you? Where are you? I have my head under the desk back behind the computers. I'm like, where are you coming from? Trying to shake it. And it was like the metal backplate of, this is like wood, metal, and glass on top of this. And it was like the screws were just not quite tight enough. So if the vibration hit it just right, it was going to, but it was reverberating off the other side. So I couldn't pinpoint where it was. And I finally figured out where it was. And I was very proud of myself. I was like, finally.
Tighten that screw.
Man. And it was intermittent too.
Oh, that's
it
no
wasn't
fun.
because it had to be wiggling just the right way. And I finally won that small victory, which I'm very proud of. I don't have to listen to it. Yeah. As I was telling Jill, tomorrow is going to be a great day for any type of hot, I don't care what type of chili you have. You have extra beans, no beans, extra ham in your chili, however you got to rock and roll with it. I'm here because it's going to be like minus 10 degrees.
Yeah. Gotta have something hardy to stave off the cold.
Oh, And that, oh, look at this. Okay, well, I posted that earlier. When is it? Okay, now they're pushing it back. I just pulled up the weather applet to take a look at it. And tomorrow was supposed to be like -10. Now it's going to be Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. You ready, Jill?
I am.
Okay. I think we can do a show then. Also, Lipton, your tea sucks.
Yuck. Ugh. Mhm.
All right, it doesn't suck. It's just not good. It doesn't have any taste to it.
Yeah, I know. I think that's when I was a little kid. That was why I didn't like tea, because my parents would give me that Lipton horrible stuff, and no wonder I didn't like it.
You didn't like it
Now
because
I
it didn't have
love it.
sugar in it, Jill.
Ugh.
Oh, man. All right. Those are recorded. Let's go. And we hit record. I mean, it's better than, oh, who was it? Tetley has some atrociously bad tea. I normally buy like the brand up, like store brand or something like that, but not like the super generic stuff. But they were out of that, so I just buy whatever. I don't care really. And I ended up bought a box of tea. It was like $14. I'm like, man, this better be awesome. It was not awesome.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
sad. I like chamomile and vanilla infused and honey tea, honey and tea.
I like tea that is from tea leaves.
Yeah. See, I can't. I don't know why my body does not like tea. I get sick on it.
Because it doesn't have sugar in it. We've been over this.
No. No, actually it causes I get heart palpitations and stuff from it. So I can have a few sips, but if I have a whole glass, it's not good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to just put some sugar in it, Jill.
So that's why I have to have the artificial stuff.
Me, I'd just be like, I just don't like tea. All right, everyone. I see, I had to wait it out. I knew that was coming. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Linux Weekly, daily Wednesdays, where we sit back, relax, take that midweek break, talk about some of the fun things going on in the world of Linux and open source. I'm Vince Stone, joined every week by Jill Bryan and everyone watching us live on Twitch at this holiday time. Sneak it in. We had a couple of people.
Yeah.
We're even in a production truck in San Antonio, Texas right now, being watched.
Yes, in the cold.
I don't know. I'm sure San Antonio is probably reasonably warm, isn't it?
No, normally, but I think right now it's kind of chilly.
Who knows? We got a big show for you this afternoon. Even though it's the holiday season, a bunch of stuff is going on. But right at the top, I want to tell everyone scheduling stuff because, hey, we're at like mission critical time for the holidays. Next week, we're not going to be doing weekly daily Wednesdays. Jill's got to go get presents from like 4 different families.
Yeah.
She wasn't happy with just getting presents from 1, not 2, not 3.
Yeah.
She's like, I need to go to 4 different families and get presents or I'm not going to be pleased.
Oh, I like
All right.
giving presents more than receiving.
Does anybody ever buy that? They're like, yeah, all right. So instead of just leaving everybody hanging, now this is why I don't really want to put a time and date on it. Should be this time next week, probably roughly around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. I'll have all the parts in to build the Steam Rectangle. So we'll be doing a live Linux PC gaming
Woohoo.
build on stream. What could go wrong? Nothing.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect. Not necessarily worried about that. I did get a chance. Day before yesterday, Tuesday, Monday. So I guess it was like Sunday morning or whatever, evening, whatever. Time's weird, man, with my schedule. Anyway, I knew I was going to have like 2 hours of scheduled no internet time because, business called me up and they're like, yo, we're going to be down for 2 hours due to maintenance. I'm like, fine, I'll come in here and I'm going to test getting everything set up for a PC stream to do that build stream. And then I found out that none of my Wi-Fi lighting works without online connectivity.
Yeah, that's when things are a little bit too smart sometimes.
Dude, I was like, I was mad.
Yeah, I bet.
Because I couldn't set the f-stop aperture or anything on any of the cameras. I was like, let's get this thing lit up like we normally would have it for the stream. So I guesstimated some things. It should be okay. And just to make things a little extra squirrely, due to the holidays, Pedro's got to attend an event. And instead of just me and Jordan doing a show, we're going to push Linux Gamecast weekly recording till Monday.
Yeah, cool.
So Linux Gamecast weekly will record on the 26th. I have no idea what time because we're professionals. I will post that on Discord and probably on Patreon once we get the time nailed down. Probably going to be earlier though. It depends because I don't know if Jordan's got to work or not.
Yeah.
And if Jordan doesn't have to work, I mean, we might start doing it at like 4 p.m. or something like that. So that should be kind of fun. And yeah, that's about it, Jill Bryant. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully all the parts come in and we'll be doing that next week. And everyone on the internet can tell me I'm doing it wrong. But it'll be fun. You'll get to watch one of these boxes get set up. You'll probably get to watch me compile a real-time kernel and a bunch of other random weirdo things that I like to do. How about you?
Oh boy. So I had a great time with my family at Disneyland last Sunday afternoon for the holidays. And that was nice to spend time with my Steve husband and my brother and his girlfriend. We had a great time. That was the first time the four of us were together at Disneyland with our annual passes. So that was really cool. We're going to make it a frequent happening. And today I am actually wearing a rare LGC holiday shirt from several years back. It says Hail Santa, not Hell, but Hail Santa, with a Santa hat on a green long sleeve shirt. And here it is.
That's a classic. It's from like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, it sure is.
I put those up just for that. I think I put them up in like the end of November and I ran them to December. Like, we're only going to do this once. And I might do a revised version, but that's never going to come back. That's interesting to see. I saw Joe and I'm like, I got one. Mine's black though.
Yeah.
As you would never imagine. So, cool times, interesting times, and everything after the holidays are over. We'll be back on regular schedules and all that fun stuff. But, it's better than doing nothing because I always want to do something, even if it is like showing up like, hey, we're going to play, I don't know, Minecraft, because everyone just poof. And I don't know about you guys, but most of my entertainment and, background noise and stuff like that is coming from Twitch, YouTube, and stuff like that, and live streams, and everyone disappears. And I'm like, well, there's nothing for me to watch. Oh, I'll make something for other people to watch. All right.
Yeah. You remember, Ven, several years ago, Christmas morning fell on Wednesday, and we did LWDW, and I had my moose antlers on, and no, my reindeer antlers on.
You were talking to somebody who has zero idea what day Christmas is.
Yeah, I know.
I know it's at the end of the month.
It did fall on the 25th, December 25th that year. I believe it was 2018 of LGC, or 2019 maybe.
Well, let's pretend it was 18 because we could put a 4 point in front of it and talk about our first story of the night. XFCE 418 is out. There's a ton of new features. There's a quick little write-up at Ubuntu, and you can go through that, a couple of the big features. But, you really want to head over to xfce.org and take the entire tour, because this has been in work for like 2 years. 2 years, and it's ready for production. And you really got to go through all this stuff, and you got to squint a little bit, because XFCE updates, man, they can be hard to spot. Since XFCE updates, that team designs for functionality. They don't design for the sake of design, like some other desktop managers. But the big OMG thing for 418, I got to say, it's probably Thunar. A couple of neat things you can do in that. You can now enable like image previews in the sidebar, which was kind of neat. I played around with that earlier today. And, why would you want that? Because, well, I mean, if you got a directory full of thumbnails. You have to like control zoom in to kind of find the ones that you want. This will just give you everything over there in the bottom left-hand corner, which is neat. But there's a newly editable toolbar, and that'll allow you to like reorder toolbar icons, anything that you want to do in Thunar like that, which was also neat. 418 also has recursive search in Thunar, which like, okay, that's extremely dope.
Yes.
And it's possible to undo basic file operations and redo them. Now, how much would you? I know some people are like, "Ooh, it's so exciting." Other people are like, "That's not boring. The screen needs to jiggle, then, and you need to change the complete UI." And that's not how XFCE rolls, kids. Another thing that made me extraordinarily happy, bit late for me, but setting default applications no longer takes 11 steps in XFCE. The future is here, kids. I ran into that because a couple of weeks ago, Chromium. I have Chromium installed. It decided that it's going to take over and be the default application for anything with an image. JPEGs, pings, and all. It was opening Chromium. It took that away from GIMP. I'm like, that's a bad Chromium. So I had to do it the old way, which was very convoluted, but I got everything set back up. Now it's right there in settings. Easy to do. Couple updates for the compositor. Adaptive VSync with GLX. And here's good news, everyone. If you're using Debian testing, Bookworm, SID, install it. It's there. I did it last night. Well, I did it this morning. Posted a picture of it. And like most XFCE updates, I'm happy to say I didn't notice anything different. I'm like, all right.
Stable as always. Yeah. So one of my favorite updates is actually simple, but solves a very annoying problem. You can now change the font size and style in the XFCE clock applet. Woohoo! It's about time. And there are now 4 clock layouts: date only, time only, date and time, and
I only
time
see
and day.
3 clock layouts.
Oh, well, I guess their review is incorrect, Ben.
No, I just think you're a Kardashian.
Ah, okay. There are 4 font styles, 4 clock layouts, not 3. So instead of 4 lights, not 3. Oh, anyways, moving on. So the XFCE 4-panel length is now configurable in pixels rather than percentages as before. And there is a new keep panel above windows option. And this allows maximized app windows to fill the area behind the panel rather than maximize its bottom or top edge to sit flush against it. And that's a really nice feature to have. And like Ven was saying, Thunar has a new bookmark menu in the sidebar, and it has a new split view option for easily dragging and dropping. So lots of cool stuff for Thunar as well.
Yeah, I went poking around even before the show. I'm like, there's got to be something. It was all the same, which was beautiful. That's what we love about XFCE, and it works. It's stable. I haven't had any crashes. And if you're looking for a power users productivity desktop manager that it's a very heavy window manager, but I've always had that toss up. I started with CDE way back in the day on Solaris. And I use CDE on Linux. I was one of those people. And, XFCE came out and I started using that. And I've always wanted to use Enlightenment, but Enlightenment is about as stable as a rabbit emu on a methamphetamine binge. It crashes all the time. I like the idea of it. I think it's aesthetically like weirdly pleasing in that 90s aesthetic, but I always end up on XFCE.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to follow Jordan, one of my co-hosts on Linux Teamcast Weekly. He recently moved from XFCE to GNOME out of curiosity. He's like, I want to give it a try. We'll see how it works out. We'll see how long that'll last. All right. Good news, everybody. The thing Jill never got.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so the fine folks at Pine64 are working on a new open source tablet estimated to be available after the Chinese New Year and priced extremely affordable like their other Pine64 hardware. So the Pine
Tab 2 is going to be much more powerful than the original Pine Tab, which, yes, I had ordered and never got because it suffered from hardware shortages from the pandemic, among other reasons. But there's some really awesome specs, but the Pine Tab 2 is still experimental, and these specs may change, but I think a lot of them will probably remain the same. So far, it features the RK3566.
Okay, you guys are like watching this video. All right, Pine, you got to work on this editing here because you probably got like an 11-minute video and 6 of it is a slow zoom on this thing.
It's slow. I see that, Ben.
Trying to show it off and try to help you out.
Yeah. So it features the RK3566, which is a modern mid-range quad-core Cortex A55 processor that it actually integrates a Mali G52 MP2 GPU, and it supports up to 8 gigabytes of RAM. It has a tempered glass 10.1 IPS screen with modern and reasonably thin bezels, but we don't know the resolutions yet. I'm hoping more than 720p like the original Pine Tab. And it's got a micro HDMI port for video output, a front-facing 2-megapixel camera, and a rear-facing 5-megapixel one. That's kind of standard for tablets. But what's really differentiates this one is the new Pine Tab 2 has a metal chassis that is very sturdy while also being easy to disassemble for upgrades, maintenance, and repair. And to make the device end-user serviceable, Pine64 has made the Pine Tab 2's guts modular, like the PineBook Pro and the Pine Phone.
That's what they say. They're like, hey, if you're used to taking apart a PineBook Pro, this is going to be equally equal.
Yeah, it's going to be easy to navigate, just like their other hardware. And so this includes the modularity includes the daughter board, the battery, and USB keyboard connector, and they can all be replaced in under 5 minutes. And like the original Pine Tab, the Pine Tab 2 will have a keyboard which doubles up as a protective carry cover. And this will be nice because the Pine Tab 1 did not have this included by default, but the Pine Tab 2 will. Yay! And something I am looking really forward to, and one of the reasons I want the Pine Tab 2, and I wanted the original Pine Tab, was if there is a Linux OS that is both convergent and mobile and goes to desktop mode when you open up the keyboard case, this could be a game changer, and it would sure be nice to do show notes on. It would just be really nice to have that convergency with the, using the tablet as a mobile OS, or if you have the keyboard as a desktop OS. And I'm hoping that comes to fruition.
It's kind of like a Android tablet with a bunch of extra steps.
Yeah, but better because it's pure Linux. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. We might have a version of Manjaro or Debian that's convergent. That would be really cool.
I can't wait to try to use a desktop UI on a 10-inch screen without a stylus.
Yeah. Oh, there is that. Yes.
Yeah, all I got to do is converge my mouse into this USB port so I can. They do say developer units. They're going to be available soon. 4 and 8 gig options, to which I say that's kind of skimpy. That just is. That is, because we're seeing the rock chips and stuff like that come out with 8, 16, and 32 gig.
32, yeah.
And, unless we're going to get like a hyper trimmed down desktop version of Linux, man, like 8 gigs is, trust me, that's pushing it, because these 2 boxes back here are 8 gigs. And they're running a web browser and they're about full. I'm just saying that from experience.
Yeah.
No mention of the screen resolution.
Yeah.
Worried about that. The developer units, I already said they're going to be out. Prototypes will be available at FOSDEM this upcoming year. So I'm curious to see some actual hands-on reports from that. And they do mention, as Jill was saying, Jill ordered a Pine Tab, never showed up, and, refunded and all that. The original Pine Tab, I wasn't interested in because it had a 720p screen, which that's not usable in a tablet, modern tablet. Like, like even, 5 years ago, that wouldn't have been acceptable. Hopefully this is going to have like, 2K Retina style, something like that. But they said, the original death of that was in some part, they wanted to allocate resources to the PinePhone's availability through 2020 and 2021. So that was kind of part of it. Was like, well, we really didn't have resources to push those out. And I'm sure it wasn't a big ticket item, right? And a lot of people,
true.
They don't want to live the right future, which is the DS9 future, is where you have a tablet for everything, like a normal person.
Oh, that was a smart decision on Pine 64's, part to prioritize, what the most popular hardware is and what people wanted at the time.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yes, me too.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the price point is with this, because that's a fine line they got to dance. Then Pine hardware has always been right on that line of like very affordable, but also almost usable. So I do want to give this a mention though. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an RGB soldering iron. Just in case you have your soldering iron plugged in and on and you can't find it from the smoke. You could have that. There's a couple other things. All this is going to be linked in the show notes. Fun stuff. 2023 is going to be interesting over at Pine.
Yay!
Now, I'm going to try to tell you something that doesn't seem very exciting, is absolutely very exciting. It's going to be the next best thing ever. And what am I talking about? WebRTC. It's what we're using right now. Me and Jill are talking. I'm like, when I'm like, hey, Jill, how's it going? We're using the power of WebRTC. So Jill will be like, hey, how's it going? Ultra low latency. And Jill's on the other side of the country, and it works. It works on Saturday. Pedro, and, we have Canada, UK, North America, like super low latency communications and all that. How do I do that? I got a hacked up Jitsi server where I've modified the deal and I've changed some of the audio, the way the video and audio works. And so it's more applicable to doing podcasts. But most people don't want to mess around with that. It's like step one. You'll see it's pretty obvious when people are using like Discord, like OBS Ninja, stuff like that. Because you're just going to take that hit. Because, it's more like general purpose, right? It's good enough, but it's not great. What if we could build that into OBS, though?
Oh, that's a dream.
That'd be great. And that is going to happen. It's getting started. WebRTC output support. This is the first step. This is a baby step. So, don't celebrate quite yet. Might not look like much, but this is going to be big for streamers in the future. And especially for people that don't want to set up their own WebRTC instances, be it Jitsi or whatnot. This is going to allow like WebRTC OBS users, you'll be able to share your video out directly. Like say, I don't have a good shot example. Say I had like this shot. What am I doing right now? See, Jill can see me and Jill can see her. Jill, you're seeing what I'm seeing is what's going out on the stream.
Yeah, including the lower thirds and everything.
Everything's there. And the way I do that is because I have a Blackmagic Intensity Pro, which is a piece of hardware that captures, it's tied into OBS and it generates those frames, sends it out to the PC that Jill's on. So she can see in real time everything that I'm seeing. This would be another way of doing that would be with NDI. If we wanted to set up OBS on this machine and just with WebRTC, I could just take that scene and I could put an output to it and say, hey, send this to Jill. And we could be done with it. And Jill could take a scene that she wants, like, hey, send this back to Vent. And it's going to work over peer-to-peer. We don't need server infrastructure. We don't need anything crazy set up to do that. And we're talking like sub-second latency too, because that's one of the advantages of WebRTC over things like your RTMP connections with Twitch and places like that. And I'm sure Twitch and YouTube are going to be switching over to WebRTC. Then you can get the other flexibility. Like what I'm able to do with Jitsi is force Jitsi to use VP9. But with WebRTC, you're also going to be able to use H.265 and AV1 because, again, we're just talking back and forth to each other. We're not going through a service or anything.
You're not limited.
Get away with murders. We don't have to pay them royalty dollar bills. And for the back-end collaboration stuff that this is going to enable in the future, it's going to be neat. It's in heavy development right now. I made the mistake of subscribing to this topic, and it's just people blowing up, working on it. But maybe you're like, I don't care. You don't want to set up like a back and forth communication thing like we got going on right now. Here's another thing you'll be able to do. Stream to multiple services.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
you want to stream
Game
to
changer.
Facebook, not OBS, but Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all at the same time.
Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be able to do it with this. No problem whatsoever. So keep an eye on that. I'm definitely going to be talking about this later on. Also, it's using Rust because things got to use Rust now, right?
Yeah. And that's even better, actually, since the Linux kernel is going to have a lot of rusty elements to it, it should make it that much speedier.
It is. And Joe's asking about NDI, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you go look on the New Tech blog where they, like, hey, Vin Stode wrote a thing. Yeah, I'm familiar with NDI. We know each other. NDI is a good solution, but again, it's closed source. It's proprietary. It required also NDI in your network is cancerous because NDI's life finds a way, man. Like I had to fight NDI and like block off ports and different machines to get that to work. This is going to be more straightforward. Now, what I'm curious about is how the audio is going to be handled.
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to start chiming in. Right now, I'm just sitting back, Jill, and I'm watching from my ivory tower. And like, yes. When they start talking about how they're going to implement audio, then I'm going to show up. I'm like, konnichiwa, people.
Yeah. Is it going to be, is it going to default to Opus? Is it going to have the ability to do uncompressed? That would be awesome.
Well, it's going to fall within
real time
WebRTC standard, so it's going to be Opus.
Yeah, probably.
But that's just like a built-in thing with a WebRTC. You're kind
but being able to adjust it like you do in Jitsi, that'll be nice.
That it'll be interesting to see how they do it because there's so many interesting things that this can enable, and I love the flexibility, like the ease of use of stuff like this. Even if you're just getting a group of people together with your friends, you're no longer going to be reliant on Discord or Jitsi or anything like that. You can just pull it up between yourselves.
I know. That is so awesome. And what's also really neat is WebRTC OBS is being tested on Linux and Mac with locally run broadcast box as well as remotely hosted WIP endpoints. So it's being tested on the Linuxes. Woohoo! And this is something that I found really cool on the GitHub page description. Is OBS could experiment with broadcasting multiple scenes at once, and viewers can then switch between scenes or different views in the same game. Woo, Van, that's going to make your life so much fun.
Like weird stuff. I mean, things that would be possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so cool.
Okay, to make this point, this has been tested on Mac OS X and, of course, Debian SID. What about Windows? Who cares? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it is a WebRTC after all. It's multi-platform.
Yeah, it doesn't mean Windows would find a way to mess it up.
Yeah, this is true. Wind blows is going to blow.
Microsoft's got 30 years experience making things hard for no apparent reason.
Yeah. So true, Ben. And I'm also excited about this because it has, some of the features that Video Ninja uses for OBS that I use every week for the other podcasts I do on Destination Linux. So it's going to be really nice to have this completely integrated with even a lot more features.
It will, to be able to get something like closer to what I've stuck together in here in the hands of like, hey, you don't need to do all this stuff in order to be able to have this type of experience,
Yeah.
Which is going to be awesome for everybody. That makes me happy. That makes me excited. But do you know what else makes me excited?
What then?
When people support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. Come be one of the fiscally irresponsible, lovely people that support what we do. Crazy business model. We put pretty much everything out there for free. If you like it, hey man, kick us a couple of bucks a week, month, $10,000, $15,000 a month. No problem. We love you. Any, 4 quarters a week gets you access to a bunch of extra stuff. We have access to our Discord, live and uncut versions of the show, sneak peeks, and some things I'm working on. One thing I'm slowly piecing together because I like to put things together correctly. It's not a huge market, but I like to teach people how to use Linux correctly, not just like we got to do it this way, but like, hey, you want to do some production stuff, you want to do some video stuff. I want to give the tools and make those available for the next person who wants to say, hey, I'm going to make my version of a Linux Gamecast, or I'm going to make my version of a Destination Linux. You know, however they want to get out there, and they want to start doing audio production, video production, YouTube, become that full stack content creator. I want to make it very clear to them, and I want to get rid of any doubts that it is doable on Linux, and not just that. Just saying I can do it's one thing. Showing you how to do it. That's what I'm here for. Awesome. That's what I show up. And I'm going to be showing everybody how to make a podcast correctly in a DAW and to quit using Audacity. Why? Because I'm tired of listening to bad podcasts.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I like the people on the shows. I like what they're talking about. It just sounds horrible. And a lot of people too proud to ask. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do this class style. We're going to do it. Hey, let's sit down. Let me explain to you how we're going to do this. We're going to stack things up, and you're going to be able to get all the files at home and play along with the video. It's something every single person can do, and it won't cost you a penny. Well, I mean, outside of, your monthly tithes from
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Make sure to give us a Christmas gift.
Make it rain. Speaking of Christmas gifts, Twitch subs, you get access to our Discord and a bunch of other stuff as well. We don't want to thank you for that. Dubsy, thanks for the resub. Katana, thanks for the resub. And I think we got your patron. Who was our Johnny? It was Johnny last week, our latest patron. Now, we do have a couple of different things. If you want to pick us up like a little trinket, like Joe did. Speaking of that, I got Joe back here on the board now. Why?
Yes.
Why have I written DSN Joe back?
That lovely ram.
That's our wall of fine upstanding animals. If you pick up anything in the studio that we're going to be using, that's where you end up. We got a little Amazon wish list. It's filled with, exciting things like fun size epic motherboards. You look at it, it's so tiny. Audio stuff, power strips. Ooh. Stay away. I don't need a 3D printer. $500 keyboard.
Ooh, for your editing van.
I will straight up. No one buy that because I won't talk to you for like a month if you do. No. Jill has one as well filled with
rainbow plushy penguins and light up penguins.
Penguins and cups with penguins.
Yeah, cups and a keyboard holder I've got one actually behind me that I'm showing off some keyboards. Those come in handy. Those are really good for showing off. I have over 100 keyboards in my collection.
This is Jill's magic number. If it's more than 5, it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 500.
Yeah. So all my vintage computers, I have keyboards for all my vintage computers, and I have several hundred of those. Many hundreds.
Did you see the keyboard I posted earlier in Discord?
No, earlier today?
That as a no. No. In 2018 at 3 p.m. on a Friday.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
I posted today, Joe. Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed it.
It has a... Have you got the link to that? I want to show that off real quick. This is... You know what? It probably clicks and make noise, so I'm not going to like it. But I want to show everybody this. Why? Because it's got a GPU on it, and it can run Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, cool.
It's like a regular, ordinary keyboard, except it's got
I see.
an entire display built into the background, and it's individuals.
Oh, nice.
Like you want to watch a rocket take off while you're typing.
That's beautiful. Actually, I have, those are the translucent keycaps, and I have a keyboard I'm going to order, actually, from a company that makes those. I've always wanted one.
Well, it's not the keycaps; it's the video engine sitting behind.
That's underneath. Yeah.
And
just a screen, a monitor underneath it. Cool.
How much do you think that cost?
Well, just the keyboards themselves for the clear keyboards, it's about $200 to $250. Mm-hmm. So with the video screen, $500. I don't know, $400.
You're gonna hate this, Steve. It's only about $350.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's going on my list. I can't believe I missed that one in our Discord.
It's like, huh. So yeah, I don't know. It can definitely do the RGBs. You can play your Animo stuff on it, and I don't know if it makes the clicks and clacks. I know that might be a deal breaker, but hey, you could always get a speaker and just like set it next to it, and where it just made noise, make you feel better.
Well, I know the company Wormer makes those translucent keyboards, and they have ones that are reds or browns or blues. So.
See, like I'm not going to spend like okay. See. I'd hate myself to spend if I'm spending $500 on a keyboard, it's got to be like a specialized weird keyboard thing. But like, on something with a video screen, like $300, I'd buy that for somebody else. I wouldn't buy that for myself. But then again,
I see.
When it comes to like this thing's CNC, we're not doing a commercial for it. I even told you what it is. You got to go back and watch the video. Actually, you need to be in our Discord, find a link to it. Here's the thing. I subscribe to like our mechanical keyboards, the subreddit, like $300 for a keyboard. They don't even blink at that, man.
Yeah. No, I honestly have paid that myself for some of my very special keyboards, including one of the smallest ever made.
It's an egregious waste of money that people take pride in.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look here, I bought this keyboard. They have like specialized keyboard cables. That do nothing other than they're just keyboard cables. They're like, they're like $75. And goes,
the curly aviator ones. Yes, I love those. I've got rainbow ones and pink ones.
Do they do anything? No,
they just look pretty, Van.
Yeah, see? Like I don't hate on that, but don't try to make me understand it. No, that was I just wanted to bring that up. A little bit of a side track.
That's cool.
But we do thank you for your support. LinuxTeamcast.com. We got everything listed under the support. If you send it anything from our wish list, we'll read it off. So make sure you're creative about it. And that's going to be that, Jill. We got a little bit of bad news before we get out of here, though.
Yeah. So this is sad news, and it's bad too, Vin. So we shouldn't expect a Raspberry Pi 5 in 2023. Me and Vin were hoping and speculating this last few months that we might get a Raspberry Pi 5 in 2023, but alas, no. So the Raspberry Pi CEO, Eben Upton, has confirmed that users shouldn't expect a new entry in the company's flagship product series for at least another year. Upton, he also said that 2023 is very much a recovery year from the effects that COVID-19 pandemic has had on global manufacturing and supply chains. And he also states, what would really be a disaster if we tried to introduce some sort of Raspberry Pi 5 product and couldn't ramp production properly because of constraint.
I don't know. Hi, I'm a corporation. Can I get a Raspberry Pi? Oh, I can? Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yes. And we talked about this last week regarding the Raspberry Pi shortage. The Raspberry Pi Foundation expects supply to recover to pre-pandemic levels in the second quarter of 2023 and to be unlimited in the second half of the year. So hopefully then they'll start thinking about putting a new Raspberry Pi 5 out.
I think I speak for a lot of us I'm not going to be waiting for a Raspberry Pi 5 in 2023. There's too many, an embarrassment of options right now, especially based on the Rock chip, with 8, 16, and 32 gig options, that if I needed, something to learn on, something to play with, an SBC system, that's where I'm going. I'm not waiting at 2023. And as we've been talking about, like we've been doing like the 12 days of Christmas, but with the Raspberry Pis, like here's yet another thing that's more powerful and cheaper than a Raspberry. The Raspberry Pi 4 is obsolete technology now, so we're definitely not waiting on a restock at that. And it'd be towards the end of 2023. Who knows? This could all just be like, haha, I was messing with Vin, messing with Jill. We're really going to release them next year. Who knows? I don't know.
Things change quickly. They said one thing in November, Eben Upton did. Yeah. He said another thing last week. So, now we have something new. And
I think it is like they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. And again, I checked before we went live this week. I mean, to even get a hold to an 8 gig Raspberry Pi 4, you got to buy it from a kit from somebody who's scalping it for $200+ plus.
Yeah.
I could buy so much more cooler single board computers for
I
$200
know.
than that.
Orange pies with 16 gigs or 32 gigs. Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. No pies in your Christmas stockings unless you got pie. If somebody bought you a Raspberry Pi for Christmas, Ben, you better be nice to them because they spent some chatter on you, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, beautiful people. Last show of 2022,
Oh, wow.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
LWDW. We're gonna roll some credits, but they're only gonna be like halfway because I forgot to render everything.
Yeah, that's okay, Ben. I can thank all the people. We got our advisors, Omegas and our Theron. Our executive producers, Barbrant, Scott M, Atomic, Mike G, Empty Drummer, and our Chicago level people, Super Dust Stout, Sea
You're
Monsters, Vera Tenuta, Justin, Frostclaw, Nubbin, Death Notes, too many for me to name, and lots of wonderful chairlings as well. And so many beautiful people in chat.
Hey, thanks for letting us do it the way we want to do it, and we'll be back next year. But I'll be back next week, hopefully sticking together a PC for your amusement and enjoyment. You can backseat me hard. It'll be a good time.
Looking forward to a rectangle crashing
The rectangle.
sometime
We're
soon.
going to be playing Trackmania on it at some point if everything goes
Yes.
right. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Yay, Ben.
It's going to be 6 cores, but see, I'm going to be real about this, everyone. I'm not.
Thank you,
I'm not-
Romeo, Sid Vicious, and Joe, and Mir.
Not, get it out of your system, and I'm going
Okay,
to
sorry.
finish the
Go ahead,
sentence.
Ben. Go ahead, Ben. I'm sorry.
What was it? I'm being legit. Absolutely. Like, I've not tested any of this stuff. It's still in the box, kids. So I'm going to be unboxing everything. I have no idea. For all I know, the motherboard's going to, when it shows up, not going to work. The CPU is going to be dead, or the RAM's going to be made out of cheese. It'll be a fun time. Hopefully everything is going to kind of work. Best case scenario, everything eventually ends up working. But we're going to be doing things that are going to irritate people, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to be disabling frequency scaling.
Ah, yes. No, you need that stability.
I'm going to, and on top of that, I'm going to underclock it.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to make it run slower than its regular speed. Cheese RAM. Cheese and RAM, man.
Oh, Romeo, I'd love to see your chili recipe. Yeah, I love chili, all kinds.
Let's see. All right, that is good. Let's get that saved. And
So, Joe, is it cold in San Antonio? Because I just assumed it probably was right now. It's Texas has been kind of not really. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, because we're hit hard not too long ago with cold. It's like 65. Okay, not bad.
yeah, it's like what, 12,
It's
18
like
degrees
it is
somewhere
here.
there.
Yeah. It's 17 here, 17 Celsius. Yeah, big cold front. See, I thought it had already hit Texas. That's why I was just assuming.
Yeah, you're going to get it on Thursday. I'm going to get it here at home base on Friday when it's going to be like minus 10, which again is not cold, but when you go from 12 to 13 to minus 10 in less than 24 hours, it's cold, man.
I would think that's cold. Honestly, I've never been under minus. I've never even, I have the snow and mountains nearby, but I've never been there when it's been 0 or minus.
Are you going to get any precipitation in Louisville?
Oh, Louisville. Yeah.
Louisville? I think there's going to be clear skies. Here. We were talking about that in the pre-show. Like, I don't think there's any chance of snow or anything like that, which doesn't bother me one way or the other.
Yeah, I've been to the mountains and snow, camped many times, but we always made sure to go when it wasn't below freezing. so it would be, in the 20s, the 20s. It got close to freezing, but I've never quite been in freezing weather. Like, not, at least not for, maybe at night it hit freezing a few times, but not sustained.
Well, I mean, you were using freedom units, so what is freezing in Fahrenheit? Like 30 something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 32.
32.
Okay. Yeah. That's why Celsius makes more sense.
What? You don't want, like, also the boiling point based on, like, the freezing point of brine or something? I don't understand what 30...
I know.
That never... Yeah, I mean, here, like, we'll get, like, nice snow if it snows. Like, every 2 or 3 years we'll get a decent little amount of snow, and, but it'll turn into, like, it'll just ice up.
Yeah.
Which, like, fine. I just stay inside. Might build a snowman. Get in a snowball fight with the kids.
Yeah. Well, it's common in SoCal for it to be, 20 to 40 degrees and snowing, so in the mountains.
At altitude.
Yeah, at altitude.
I think I like visiting snow. Like, I like going to ski resorts. Like, those are pretty fun. I don't think I'd like the day in and day out. But then again, I've never, like, lived in that environment, so I might like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if, you lived in it, you would get used to it. I mean, I have friends and family that have lived in Big Bear and Crestline area, so... In fact, yeah, I have family there right now, and boy, I've done everything in one day. I've gone snowboarding and skiing in the morning in the mountains in Big Bear, then went to the desert, and then went to the beach in the afternoon and went surfing. See, here you can do it all. All these microclimates we have in SoCal. It's amazing.
No, Steve, I don't think we're due for any type of inclement weather anytime soon. Taking a look. No, I mean, it's going to be back up to... let's see. Yeah, it's going to be summertime again this time next week.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's going to be almost like 20 degrees, so...
Oh, okay.
60.
Wow, that's going to be a big change.
Yeah, from minus 10.
So, yeah, I would say so. What if it's just like the next day, all of a sudden it's 20?
It's done that. I used to, when I first moved here, go to graduate school, I made people, like, they weirded me out because they were walking around in, like, the big ski jackets, the big...
Yeah.
And they'd have shorts on.
Yeah. So preparing for both options.
Makes sense. I was like, all right, I get it now. I get it. I mean, I wouldn't wear shorts out. But yeah, I get it. Understood. Yeah, if it snows out, I'm not driving anywhere. Like, I will... Not yet, Joe. You know what? I'll check it right now for everybody. Totally not doing it just for me. I'm doing it for you. Let's see where the motherboard is currently scheduled. My orders. It says it's arriving Tuesday.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get it. get it then so you can do your rectangle.
I'll be getting that and my graphite thermal pad. Allegedly will be coming in on Tuesday, and I can't mess with this order at all because Amazon, I told everybody on a couple, like 2 weeks ago when I ordered this. What I normally do is, like with the wish list items for the studio stuff, most of that is because I have a Amazon Prime, not Prime, but just Amazon Business account. That's another account. And I have that like stuff that I'm like, okay, this month we're going to get this, and this next month we're going to get, and I'll have it loaded up. And usually just kind of waiting to see if like a used item pops in, because I prefer to buy used because you usually save a pretty decent amount of money getting something used. And I had everything for the rectangle put together that was left sitting in, and I get an email from Amazon. It's like, hey, you know what? Your business account qualifies for 30% off everything currently in your cart. I was like,
very nice.
Well, what's the catch? And I logged in and I was like 30% off. And I was like, that's like $90. Like, okay, fine. I guess we'll just go ahead and order this. So I can't mess with this order that I placed because I don't have Amazon Prime on the business account because that's $200 a month, not a month, but a year. It's outrageous. I got Amazon Prime on my regular Amazon account, but
not, on the business.
Not on the business account.
Now I'm seeing your post. It was at 10 a.m. I missed it on my phone this morning. Sometimes, the Discord app on mobile has been really acting up. It's like I'm waiting for an update. It's been annoying.
Yeah, it's too much, Joe. Like, I can't justify having 2 primes or business. I can't even justify having business prime because there's absolutely nothing. It's like having this business Spectrum account where I have 4 VoIP lines.
Yeah.
For like telephone for my office that I don't have. Like, I get stuff like that, but I don't need all that extra junk. What's the most oh, that's easy. Here, let me show you. They look like these.
Yeah. That's how huge those are. Oh my gosh.
My ridiculous ones that I've ever used. Avatone. Ugh. But unlike the ones
let's have a VU meter. Ooh, an analog VU meter. That's cool. I like that.
These could actually be used to mix a album.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd use those. The ones with the bouncy meters in them.
Yeah, because you would feel the vibration from the needle, maybe?
No, I would just assume that those would be like cheap headphones with a gimmick.
Yeah.
Not
knockoff.
3-phase.
Although these are from Techmoan. Let's see. I'm going to have to watch that video, Arthur, and thanks for posting it, because I watch most of his, but that looks interesting. Oh, those are Bluetooth. Okay, so they're new.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I wouldn't use Bluetooth headphones anyways for monitors.
Oh, yeah. I remember Arthur asking, he's like, what's the big deal about the headphones? And I put the MDR 7506s next to him. You're like, oh, like, right. Yeah, these are just 2 Aventone monitors that have been attached to a headband. These things are massive. But it keeps me from having to have studio monitors to actually do mixing on it because it's got a 3-way switch for stereo separation, and it's got a mode for like what you would normally hear in regular headphones, and then it's got a mono mode, so I can do all the mixing. It's not a perfect solution, but it's better than having studio monitors. I don't need that extra nonsense in here. You can't see them when you're wearing them.
Yeah,
well, other people can see them, Steve. You buy something like that because you want people to look at you.
Yeah.
And silently judge you.
But yeah, I suppose if you want to make that technology really useful, you could have like what a pull-out mic, but instead of the mic, a screen with the VU meter on it, so you could actually look at it when you're using them. That makes more sense.
Well, I mean, the whole idea of like using a VU meter to measure audio in 2022 doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I'm just trained. I just trained on one from years of radio. Like, it makes me happy.
I mean, if you
But
will,
yeah.
it's a nonsense
school.
electrical
Yeah.
meter bouncing around like it's like we've had
Yeah.
DBFS, RMS, K metering for 30 years now. So yeah, something like that is purely like, you know what? Hey, you see somebody wearing one of those, that's awesome. You know to stay away from them, right?
Yeah.
Just run. But if you want to buy them, go for them. Like, I mean, they're novel. I would buy those for somebody and give them to them. Like, here. Don't know what to do with them.
They're fun. Yeah.
I mean, they're silly, yeah. I mean, you can look into it. Well, you can use a mirror, Steve.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I do not, mirror. I don't even know where those things are. I think they made it through customs.
Oh, Benji1991, thank you for the follow. Saw you in chat. Thank you. And welcome.
All right. Well, that is together. And Jordan is going to be doing
Jorderlands.
Jorderlands, which has got new art.
Yeah, I love the empties chart for that. It was nice.
We want to take part in that tomorrow at the information's in our Discord. I just wanted to post a nice little it's in the events tab. There's this,
Yeah, there it is. Cool.
Jorderlands. Do you know a Ben Fitzpatrick from YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Joe, see if you could make it. Don't rush. I think, I don't know if Strider's going to play or not. I just can't get into Borderlands.
Oh, it is. Oh, Ben. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Ben was saying I hadn't scrolled up to read the chat. So, oh, cool, Ben. Hi, Ben. How are you doing? Yeah, I've watched some of your videos. Do. In fact, I think I am subscribed to you. Let me. Do.
I don't know. I'm horrible with names.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. I think. No, okay. I just subscribed to you. I know I've liked quite a few of your videos. Yeah, your game room tour. That was a long time ago, but I did see that one.
Yeah, that's like what
Nice, Ben.
I've tried to get into Borderlands 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, but yeah, I just couldn't. I tried. But if you want to play with Jordan, he'll be doing it tomorrow at 7:30.
Woohoo!
All right, everyone. We are coming up on bye-bye time. I got to turn all this into a podcast. You know, the fun part that I do. It's the work part. The hanging out part. That's the fun part. But I got to make it work for everybody else who couldn't tune in live. You can go back and watch and listen. So.
Oh, nice. You did. Ben updated StormOS to XFC 4.18. Awesome.
All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week if I don't see you. And I'll be back next week. Maybe Wednesday. Just keep an eye on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll keep everyone updated when I'm going to be back building the rectangle. So it'll be a fun time. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Love you all.